What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Cyrus Obsidian here at Obsidian Games, here to bring you another local diary. So let's swing on in. So for today's locals, we are coming in hot with something that we are cooking. So we really liked Melodious. I know the last time we played it, we played Melodious Supreme King, and we kind of did a little poorly with it. Great concept, just bad hands. So we're going to try and rewrite the stars a little bit here, and we are going to play Melodious again, but this time with another twist. Also because I didn't get some cards from TCG Player. So what the heck, man. Still waiting on my two Herald of Orange Lights and my one Etoile. Where they at, bro? Where they at? Anyways, that's aside the point. We are going to come in hot and cooking with Invoked Melodious. So for those of you that lived in the days of Invoked Dogmatica Shaddoll, you know how devastating this deck engine can really be. And since Aleister is very notorious for being our graveyard, we're going to use that to our advantage, and we're going to use our opponent's graveyard alongside our own to be able to make our own fusion summons and to just give our Melodious monsters a little bit of an extra push and oomph in our fight. So without further ado, let me show you the deck profile and let us top locals. All right, let me show you the profile that we are cooking with. So to start out with our main deck, we are playing 3 copies of Refrain the Melodious Songstress, 2 copies of Couplet the Melodious Songstress, 2 Soprano the Melodious Songstress, 2 Sonata the Melodious Diva, 1 Chopina, 1 Elegy, 1 Aria, 1 Tam Tam, and 1 Cannon. So I feel like this is a good lineup to have since we're always wanting to have Melodious names. We're not too afraid to have these 2 to just free special summon as long as we have a Melodious on the field, which is helpful. And we're hoping really to see at least Refrain the most often. Refrain and Couplet, or Couplet and another Melodious, we can really go full combo from there. So that's our Melodious monsters. We do follow it up with 3 copies of the lovely Ostinato, 3 copies of the First Movement Solo, and 1 Melodious Concerto. So I've gone back and forth between 1 copy and 2 copies of Concerto. I feel like you really only ever need 1, just because it is searchable. Now there are cases in playing a variant of Melodious where you do want 2 just because you don't get your Melodious in the grave often, or you're not able to trigger its effect to cycle itself, which in that case, having 2 is good, but most of the times playing this at 1 is great, and then you're always wanting to play these at as many copies as you can, 3 and 3, since within themselves they're both 1 card combos. And then we do follow it up with just 1 copy of Polymerization and 1 Call By. Since we do play the 1 Tam Tam, we figured we'd play the 1 Poly just to search. It's another bait, or it's a good discard as well, so it does come up. And the Call By is just really handy when we need it. And then for the Invoked engine, we are playing 3 copies of Aleister the Invoker, 3 copies of Magical Meltdown, and 2 copies of Invocation. So it's been a long time since I've played the Invoked engine. Last time I played Invoked was actually Witchcrafter Invoked, which was really fun since you do get Witchcrafters who are all types of different attributes, and you're able to just use that to your advantage and you just grind that way. But I think this version is going to be just a little bit better. And since Invoked is a small enough package, you're able to fill it in pretty easily. You just take out some hand trap slots. And the one thing that I do like, Meltdown, is going to be really key in this. The activation of your cards and effects that include effect that fusion summon. A fusion monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent's cards and effects cannot activate when a monster is fusion summoned this way. So it's kind of like another branded Lost, but in my opinion, better. So that'll be really cool to see how this engine works out. And then our last slots for the main deck, we are playing 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird, and then 3 Infinite Impermanents. And that's it for our hand traps. I know only 9, but a lot of what we are playing is considerable engine, and so we're able to just kind of hopefully, you know, play through a lot of what our opponent has. Moving on to our extra deck, we're going to start off with the Invoke stuff. We are playing 1 Makaba, 1 Purgatrio, 1 Raijin, and 1 Kaliga. So since we do play pretty much, you know, the Ash, the Droll, we do play a whole bunch of lights. This is the only one that is questionable playing, but I think it'd be really niche if we're able to pull off, you know, an Etoile Kaliga lock, which is going to be crazy, you know, rather than pulling, what is it, the Winda Kaliga, or virtual role players being able to go Crystal Wing Kaliga. You know, we're able to do a Etoile Raijin or Etoile Kaliga, because, you know, our 1 monster deck will be Etoile bouncing their opponent's board and they can't swing over Kaliga. So that'll be really interesting to see if it comes up, and if it does, dope. If not, we still do have our normal Melodious line with 2 Flowering Etoile, 2 Baka, and 2 Schuberta. These are going to really carry us over. I was originally playing the triple Baka, but I think playing 2 is just enough. I might regret it later, or I might not, so we'll find out for sure. And then our links, we are playing 1 Salamangreat Almirage for the Aleister, with 1 Secure Gardena, again for Aleister. Playing 1 copy of Haggard Lizardos to be able to just kind of manipulate the board a bit. We are playing the 1 Bloom Harmonist, 1 SP Little Knight, and 1 Protector of the Agent's Moon. So if you can't afford the SP Little Knight, totally okay. You can put it, remove it, and you can put another Baka, you can put another Etoile, another Melodious Fusion monster. This is just here just to kind of help us get our Melodious stuff into the grave. But, you know, we do also have Protector of the Agents of the Moon, which will be good at clearing the board as well. So that is our extra deck. And then last but not least, our side. We are playing 3 copies of Effect Veiler and 3 copies of DD Crow in the side. If we could main it, we would, but I am very opposed to paying anything over 40. So that's just my preference. You can definitely main it, play 43, or you take out Call By, Poly, and maybe the Tam Tam in the side. You know, put those 3 in the side so you can play DD Crow. And you know what? I might, now that I am speaking it, I might do that. So this profile is definitely changing as we're going. Yeah, you know what? We will do that. We will do that. Go ahead and put these 3 in the side so we can main DD Crow. That will make our Aleister a little bit more live to go into Kaliga. So thank you guys for helping me do that. So that's that. And then moving on to like board breakers, we play 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet, and 3 copies of Evenly Matched. So I think these are going to be the 3 best. Forbidden Droplet is just going to be really good at being able to just send stuff from either our board or hand, whatever we don't need, or whatever just is going to help us gain more resources, like, like Baka on our opponent's turn. Cosmic Cyclone is just going to be really key at getting rid of some cards. And then Evenly Matched, I will go to the grave with Evenly Matched, just being so great. That is it for this profile. And now we'll have DD Crow in the main. So let's head on out to locals to see how well we can do today. What is going on, you guys? We are here at Duke City. We just finished up round 1. We got 22 minutes left. So let's do a little breakdown. So game 1, my opponent goes first. He wins the die roll. Honestly, at this point, I should just start calling low roll. My goodness. To just see if I'll ever win a die roll. Because we rolled a fat 3. He rolled a 6. He thought he rolled low. Man, say that 10 times fast. Anyways, so he goes first. He sets up 5 pass. And I've seen him play here before, so I knew kind of what he was playing, but not. And then he set up monster, card of demise. Yeah, so I mean, he had a good hand. I had to roll and I should have used it. I didn't. That's on me. So we had first movement solo on hand, so we go first movement solo to special refrain to get our combo going. He flips Tick Boot. So we're able to get Couplet. We don't use Couplet's reveal effect in hand. We scale, search out Concerto. We have Concerto and Invocation, so we got 2 ways to fuse, but can't undertake the. We attempt to go towards battle, swing over his face down, and he goes Dogmatic Punishment. Pops it during the main phase, so I stay in main phase. I attempt to fuse with Melodious Concerto. He goes Solemn. I use Invocation to fuse because I have 2 Melodious in hand. He Solemns again. So I set an imperm pass. Comes back to him, he flips Yada, summons Kaigo. We still have the Soprano and another Melodious in hand, so we were okay. We have the imperm, he swings for 400. We can't draw since a Yada. We summon the Soprano. We swing over his Kaiko, whatever, one that prevents you from summoning the level 2 guy. And we just control the board from there. Game 2, he sets up his board. It's kind of a brick hand for him. We're able to like break it a bit because he did throw Inspector Border, so we kind of figured out how to break Inspector Border without going into many resources. We do get rid of Inspector Border. Passes back to him, he sets, passes, we just go towards battle, swing, he flips evenly. We keep our scale, we get rid of the 2 monsters that we had, because we got another first movement solo in hand, and we use that, pop off, set up Etoile, Baka, Link, and we got cards in hand for grind, so we take game 2. So, not too bad, not too bad. So, we're doing pretty strong, I think, right now, so we'll see. If we can beat the Toxic, we can beat anything. But who knows what everyone else is playing. Alright, round 2, we play against Kashtira, which we haven't seen in a bit. My opponent goes first. We have the hand traps, kind of, but he shifter. I tried my best to play through shifter. Melodious can't do it. At one point we did have the Kaliga Etoile lock like we had wanted, but it just wasn't enough. We just kept running around in circles, and eventually I linked off Kaliga for SP, and yeah, just Solid Spire down. Game 2, we go first, shifted again, and I was like, nope, not playing through shifter. So we ended up taking it out, but 2 more rounds left, see what happens. So both rounds 3 and 4 were really intense. Round 3, we probably had our worst match for the night in playing Dragon Link. So the deck is still running strong, playing Bestials, all sorts of dragon cards, and like, that's a light person's worst nightmare, since you just feed your graveyard, especially in Melodious. For game 1, he took it. Game 2, I took it. Game 3, we came down to the wire. He had a bad hand, he set pass. Came back to me, I had enough combo to really push through. He had a Solemn that he stopped me. He had another card, no, he went first, I think. I think I had it flipped. Game 1, I won. Or game 1, he won. Game 2, I won. Game 3, yeah, he went first. And I had hand traps galore, but we still had enough for comboing. He had a Judgment, he had Spheres. We were just waiting to bait things out. He used the Judgment to pay half. I tam-tammed him, burned him for 35. We were able to get into Etoile with Bloom Harmonist, and we were able to just kind of control until time hit. We also had Evenly, so Evenly is what really helped us there. So we took it in time. Thank you, not burning. Thank you for using the Solemn. If you didn't, I was just gonna tam-tam anyways. Round 4, we play against Brandon. So Fusion v Fusion. I open up first. Yes, I open up first, and we set up our nuts board with Etoile, Baka, Harmonist, Aria, hand traps galore, and we just control it. He can outboard, and we were so close to OTKing him. We had 100 life points left. We couldn't burn him since we didn't have Tam Tam. We go game 2. He opened up first. He bricks, and we went for the OTK. Thankfully, hand traps were thrown at us. We were able to get Schuberta up to 4,500, Etoile up to 3,100, and we just had enough damage on board. So we take a win. We are 3-1 with Melodious Invoke, which was not too bad. We're still waiting to see where we place, as there's still time left in the round. Honestly, the deck was really great. I loved how it performed tonight. I still wish I could just play pure Melodious with the Heralds and a second Etoile, but we're going to hope that the seller might come through and we'll actually send out the set. But I don't know, we might reach out to another seller just to see if we can get that, or see someone local here has an Etoile and Heralds that we could get. So let's see where we get in standings. So another stellar night for Obsidian Games as we take 5th out of 16. So we did get in the top bracket for top 8. 2nd through 5th were tied for 2nd, I guess, technically. But it all came down to tiebreakers, how things fell out, and how the system organized it. But hey, I'm proud. We went 3-1 with Melodious. It's probably the best we've done in a while, and we can only go up or down, but it's up to us to really decide where we go. So that's it for those local diaries, everyone. Thanks for joining. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. We're thinking of bringing back an old classic to see how we can do with that, but we'll pass it over to you.